If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. In this video, I'm going to talk about how AI is ruining your business on LinkedIn and share some of my thoughts about it and how you could possibly make it better. So let me just paint this scenario for you and see if you notice this as well. You log on to LinkedIn. First thing you see is some inspirational infographic, AI generated picture, perfectly curated content. Everything's spaced out, everything's flawless. M dashes are everywhere. Maybe there's a bunch of hashtags. Maybe they're using a bunch of emojis. It sounds very corporate. It sounds very polished. And it might have like 35 likes and 0 comments, or it just has 1 like, and the same person just always continuously posts the exact same content, thinking that it's branding and thinking that it's going to resonate with their audience, and just loving throwing up AI slop. Do you see that as well? Yeah, me too. It looks like absolute dog shit. And frankly, I don't think is effective at all and is killing your business, because everybody now, the old problem, right? The old problem was that back in the day, everybody had trouble creating content. And then as AI progressed, everybody starts, oh, now I can create infographics. Now I can create images. Now I just ask my ICP and I talk about their pain points, and then I just speak into the microphone and then blah, throw it out there. And now they've been creating content for 5 days a week and they're happy with it because they're creating content. That's what they've been told to do. But after a while, you just blend in with everybody else because everybody else sounds like everybody else because they're all using the same tools. And nobody, very few people, I should say, are standing out. And then you think, well, how do you stand out? Right? It's like, it's the easiest advice ever, but being yourself, nobody can be you. Nobody can duplicate that, right? So, example, in the real estate world, raising money, everyone says, oh, passive income, cost segregation studies, tax benefits, blah, 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 blah. Right? Everybody has a polished website. Everybody has a polished headshot. Nobody knows who you are. And then you can graduate from the AI slop to, let's say, the middle tier. And now you know how to manipulate it a little bit of your post, but it's still very polished. It still has a lesson, a key takeaway, a photo that doesn't align. You'll be on a cruise and had a hamburger and had the observation that, capital flows to where speed, and with speed, more capital, you can turn more deals. And this hamburger reminded you of how squeaky the grease of the wheel can be, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you didn't believe that shit. You didn't have that lesson. And you don't sound real. You don't sound real, right? And then when you continuously produce this content, it just blends in. It just blends in and it becomes boring. And now with AI, everybody is using the same tools, right? Everybody's using Claude this, Claude that, same prompt. And then do this call to action. But what I found, right? 1, being yourself, right? 2, nobody has the right answer. So you always just have to be experimenting. What worked 3 weeks ago isn't going to work today. And what worked today probably won't work tomorrow. And so just because somebody has a fancy hook or a fancy post, it might work to get eyeballs, but it's not going to develop and resonate with you, right? So that's one thing that I'm really noticing. I'm like, oh, and also here's another thing. People, right, need to develop. you go on social media, right? And when you start engaging with these people, you feel like over time, hopefully, you feel like you like them, know them, trust them. You've engaged enough with their content, and ideally, if you're doing this for business, you want more investors, more revenue, etc. Right? But the people that are creating this content, right? It's just slop. I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought here on this a little bit. But I just think in general, it's very uh, boring. And, where is the human connection, right? It's like people post a photo of a baby, or people post a photo of their dog because those things are sweet and innocent. That'll get engagement, but it's easily able to connect to. But the guy that's stuffy corporate speak, bland, named Dave from wherever, St. Louis, right? Boring, 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 boring. It's like the easiest way to stand out. Send a comment. Be like, yo, dog, saw you lived in LA. I used to live in the Valley. See you live in Manhattan Beach. That pier sucks for surfing. Send. And just reading that will be a pattern interrupted in itself. And they'll be like, they might not respond, but they'll probably think this is a real person, versus being bombarded with AI slop, automations, and things that aren't necessarily working. You think, oh, volume's the key, but in reality, it's being able to relate to people, right? And I think more so now than ever, people are trying to have that connection. So that's kind of what I'm learning. Let me know if you feel the same, and hopefully this will help you clean up your AI slop and make it more personal there for you and help you with your LinkedIn business. All right, guys, talk soon.